Hello, I'm Grant the King of Newtown Rock, and um, I'm doing this video called "Are Micronations Cults?" Um, and the reason I'm doing this video is basically because one of the very many misconceptions people have about micronations, or at least some people have about micronations, is that they are cults. And most people wouldn't bother to do a video correcting this misconception. But I am a pagan, a eclectic Wiccan, and so being accused of being part of a cult because someone has a misconception is something that happens anyway, and there are good people out there working to kill the misconception that Wiccans are cultists. So now I'd like to have a go at killing the misconception that micronations are. So we're going to look at two things. First, why some people think micronations are cults. And then, what is a cult? So, micronations do use some of the same terminology as a cult would, like alternate society or um, or alternative to the current political system. They have and they have their own governing bodies, and although some micronations are democracies, that's only a very small amount of them in my experience, and the majority of them are empires or absolute monarchies or duchies or some other system where either most or all of the power rests with the leader of that cult, leader or leaders. Um, but micronations are not cults. The truth is, and I will do a separate video about this, but the truth is, democracy is something that really doesn't even exist anymore. At least not in the sense that macronation governments tell us it does. And frankly, I do think in a lot of cases, micronations do it better. Anyway, it's just my opinion that micronations in a lot of ways do govern their nations better than macronations do. But anyway, let's move on to what a cult actually is. Cults come in different shapes and forms, and in fact, a lot of the time, the biggest problem with the word cult is that people will use it as a way of being insulting and or abusive about or to anyone who is part of a religion they don't like. One time I watched an American news video and there was an interview, and this priest basically said that literally every religion except Christianity is a cult. Went through my name as well. But traditionally, the signs of a cult are lying what it does. Often a cult will start out as a normal group. It could be an online group. It could be a social group in the real world. And things tend to get out of hand. Usually because the leader of that group decides there's a way he can use that group to get religious or political power. More often than not, religious. And any group where they're doing certain things is one you don't want to be part of. If you're in a group where you've got freedom of speech, where you're able to do not worry about being controlled all the time. Now, just to clarify, when I say not worry about being controlled all the time, most groups there obviously are rules, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't have to follow rules in a group, because you absolutely should, as long as those rules are not sensible. So are not as long as those rules are sensible and are not harming anyone. But if the people who run the group, or the person who runs the group, is trying to cut you off from anyone who isn't part of that group, or cut you off from anyone who he thinks you shouldn't be talking to without good reason, or if the leader of that group makes decisions based on his own ego rather than on what's best for the group. That is a group you want to get out of, because when you put, any Wiccan will tell you this, when you put someone in a position of power and then start treating them as if they were some kind of god, give them power over you when you don't need to, then it's going to, it doesn't always turn to a cult, but it can turn to a cult really fast. So in conclusion, like most things, micronations are not cults. However, they can turn into them if the leadership of that micronation loses its way. And can I just say, isolationism, never a good thing either. Isolationism doesn't necessarily mean that you're joining a cult, but it's not productive. No micronation should be trying to be total isolationist. If there are people out there who are being complete half-wits, threatening to come and attack people, then, block them, don't respond to them, just ignore them. But people like that, you can say that you're not letting them win if you want, but ultimately, if you turn yourself into an isolationist, then they've won. Well, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And join my Patreon. Thank you.